Are we live?
I think we're live.
We are live. Come on in, friends. Come on in.
Sorry we're a little late. Dinner ran a little bit over. We were cooking tonight.
What were we making tonight, babe?
We were making broccoli cheese soup.
Broccoli cheese soup. Miss K103, how are ya?
Coconut.
Cassandra. Coconut, what's up, bro? I wish you was here so we can talk about theology. You remember that last time we was at our house in Durham? We had like the greatest conversation. It was hours and hours. So come on.
Come visit us in Dallas. But tonight we made broccoli cheese soup.
Yeah.
Specifically because we live in Dallas and we only have
I know somebody that says pacifically, not specifically. You know anybody that says pacifically?
Correct them if they do. Let them just pull them to the side and whisper in their ear like, hey, I think you mean
specifically. So we made it tonight. Why?
Oh, because we only have about 2 more weeks before the devil himself is walking in the DFW. And the temperature is going to go through the roof and it's going to be hot. So I tried to squeeze one more night of soup. So we made broccoli cheese soup.
It's super easy. It's something that you make under 30 minutes. And when I tell you, it is
it's good.
A great meal. Yeah. So that ran over. She didn't know she was doing. Anyway, Cam, what's up, nephew?
Hey, Ray.
Ray, how are you, man? It was so great seeing you last week, bro.
You got to see him?
Yes.
Oh, Ray, I'm so sorry I missed you in LA.
Yeah, man. So good to see you.
What are we talking about tonight? Let's go.
Okay, you ready to dive in? Let's just wait for because it's so it's heavy.
Whosoever will, let him come.
All right.
Come on.
Okay, so normally we do our kitchen conversations, and that's where everything is produced. Sometimes we don't be like.
I don't know if it's produced, but it's recorded.
It's recorded.
It's not live.
We always try to be authentic. But if it's something that didn't come out right, we can be like, yo, let's retake that. We typically don't do that, but that happens.
I'd be like, Monica,
I'd be like, that's it. She says, I'd be like, and she'll say, hey guys, 100 times. So get ready for that.
They're my friends though. That's why I say guys. Or I call them buddies.
Cool. I like your fish tank in the back. It's a TV, brother.
Wait, let me get my big head out of the way.
It's my Xbox. It's my Xbox Next Gen TV. We're trying to be fancy.
No, it's kind of soothing though. It's definitely soothing.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so our kitchen conversations have been pretty fun over the last year. Basically, when we went into quarantine, we had just a little bit of extra time on our hands because Chris wasn't traveling. And so we just started filming the conversations that we have around our house anyways, at any point on any day. Mm-hmm. And so that's how kind of kitchen conversations it came to be.
It was born.
So,
all right, we're talking about relationships tonight. And I want to begin this discussion by telling you we are not experts.
Oh, no.
We don't have all of the answers. We are not a perfect couple.
This is a big disclaimer.
It's a disclaimer. I'm letting you know. Because, we see people and you see couples that, they're like, oh, they're goals. And
like Miss Irma, who just joined us.
Yeah, now Miss Irma and Mr. G, they've been married forever. That's goals. Couple goals, man. And they've raised like beautiful kids and grandkids. So again, we're not experts. It's just these are things that we're going to discuss that we have learned sometimes the hard way.
Many times. Just going to tell the whole truth. Nothing but the truth. Yeah.
So we want you guys, this is what I want you to do. If there are some questions, if there's something that's like you are wanting, us to lean into, go ahead and send these questions and
put it in the comments.
We put them in the comments real quick, and we're going to try to catch them and get to them. So let's dive in. We are talking about myth busters. There's a lot of myths as it pertains to relationships. We're kind of being broad. I don't want to just say for people that are married,
right?
But if you're in a relationship, there's a lot of myths that when you walk into it, you think that this is the way it is, and you learn.
Man.
Yeah, I didn't read that in the book. I didn't read that in the book at all. It was wrong. So,
we've had some of you guys reach out with a few questions just over the past few weeks. Go ahead.
Okay.
Take it away.
One question is this. You meet someone in seed form. Marriage makes them a spouse. They don't just come that way. I want to start there. Whenever you meet someone, and y'all go into it, you have the seed
potential
form. You have
I call it potential.
Potential. Yeah. You don't have the finished product. I think sometimes we get ahead of ourselves because we're wanting the finished product, and it takes a committed relationship.
Oh my God.
To get to the refinement of the finished product. It doesn't start that.
Yeah. So I think that sometimes that makes our expectation be unrealistic.
Talk about that, dude.
Well, I can't talk too much about it because I've almost been married for 17 years and with you for 20.
Yeah.
But this didn't just come up overnight.
I was born this way.
Look at this guy.
I was born this way. Born this way. Nah.
Yeah.
Jacked up, y'all.
No, well, you were by no means jacked, and neither was I. But we weren't who we are today.
No.
This is 17 years in, so I think it's important, especially if you're dating or you're looking for a potential spouse, to have realistic expectations. Now, there's a difference between settling and having realistic expectations, because what we were able to do is he saw my potential, right?
I think so.
He's like,
you cute.
No, let me tell you what y'all did. Let me tell you what he did. He married me by faith. I couldn't cook. I could clean, but I didn't cook at that point in life.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not who I am today. He married me by faith.
It was a walk.
And it worked out.
We've come this far
we're not doing
by
that.
faith.
But what I'm saying is it's important to have expectations that, you know, you don't just, in my opinion, you don't just fall in love. I think that you grow in love.
Okay, let's stop right there, because that was big. You don't fall in love. Okay, now again, whatever you want to ascribe to, that's you. We're not trying to convince anybody of anything. This is us having a discussion about what works for us.
Yeah.
One thing that we have discovered is you don't fall in love. Now, you can fall in infatuation.
Yeah, I was
you can
infatuated
have that
with you.
feeling of like, oh, you know, she's cute.
You get the butterflies.
And let's go to the movies together. Let's hang out.
Yeah,
you know,
it's exhilarating.
We stay on the phone all night. We fall asleep and be like, you still there? Yeah, I'm still here. Okay. And we fall asleep. We don't do that crap no more. That's gone. All right. You don't
do
fall.
it on the road.
Yeah. You don't fall in love.
You grow in
love. In love. And I think that's a misconception, because many of us, if we look at, now I love romantic comedies. You know, I'm not ashamed to say it.
He'll go with me, y'all.
Listen, one fine day, me and Nina, one fine day. You know that, right? That's me and Nina's movie.
Our first date. Hey, Kimberly, our first date was I came over to your apartment.
And it was Jennifer Lopez movie, right?
The Wedding Planner.
The Wedding Planner. I love those. I love it. Sleepless in Seattle.
He was a great man when
Best
he watched
Man.
that with me.
The Holiday. Best Man Holiday. We love all of those movies. But here's the thing. They are movies. They are actors. There are people that are so dope in their field that you pay them money to put on a personification of something that's really not real.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's important for us to have our expectations in a place that we're not completely, you know, blown away, fall apart, or cross someone off of our list when they don't live up to that.
Yeah.
Again, I really feel like you don't just fall in love. Love is a feeling. Love is a feeling, but a commitment.
I say love is a decision.
Yes.
I say love is ultimately.
Yeah, it can be too, yes.
I believe it's a decision.
Yeah, all
because
those
that
butterflies, all that.
17 years in, let me tell you, when you wake up in the morning, you're like, I don't know if I feel like I love you. But the decision is, I'm not leaving.
He rolls over and he looks at me. And he's like, yeah, girl, I made the right decision.
That's because she don't put on a whole lot of makeup. And when she wake up in the morning, she looks kind of the same, okay? It's not a trick.
I didn't hoodwink you.
You didn't hoodwink me. No, I think we should really, you know, when it comes to understanding that it is a process, guys.
And you need to find somebody with good bones. Like, he looked at me.
Like a good house. Yeah, that's good. Talk about that.
He looked at me and he thought, okay, I know where she comes from. I think, you know, she comes from not a perfect family, because every family has their dysfunctions. I don't care what your last name is. But he looked at me and he knew that I had good bones. I looked at him and I knew that he had good bones.
Go and talk about my bones.
You're so stupid. We're not talking about that, guys.
Talk about my bones.
No. Okay, we're moving on. But what I'm saying is, like, we were willing to step out and take a chance on each other.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, we had been dating for a few months. I see you, Nina. We got good bones. Yes, we do. I'll never forget, we've been dating for a few months, but I was always a person who dated with purpose in mind and just like my future and what I thought like God had planned for me. So I didn't do a ton of dating because I didn't want to waste my time or anybody else's time. But I asked my mom one day, I called her, I was walking through Sam's in Raleigh, and I said, Mom, how do you know? Like, how do you know, like, this is your person? And she said, you know, Tina, I just really feel like when you love the Lord, when you acknowledge him like the Bible teaches us in all of our ways, that he'll direct our path. And she said, you know what you do? You keep walking in that direction until you know. Whether that person shows you something and you're like, yeah, no, I can't. Or there's, I don't know, something that happens. You just walk into that direction until you get that. You know, beyond a shadow of a doubt. And that's what I did with Chris. And I think that that's what you did with me too.
And so you're right. And anything and when we're talking about seed form, if you know anything about planting, I'm a gardener and
No, guys, he's a gardener in his head.
In my head, I am. I try hard. I love it.
Because I can take this camera and show you our little bed.
It's coming back, guys. We're bringing it back.
We'll see.
We're bringing it back. But if you know anything about seed form, you have to cultivate the ground. You don't just throw your seed onto any type of ground.
Yeah.
You've got to cultivate it and then you've got to nourish it. Now, you've got to know what type of plant you're growing so you know how to nourishment, how much sun it needs, how much water it needs. Does it need some miracle grow?
What my love languages are.
Those are the things.
You can't water what you don't know.
Yeah. And so, for example, her love language is, and I stumbled across this, it's 2 years ago. So that means we were 15 years in. And I'm thinking, let me just work hard so I can buy her a Louis. And she would love it.
No dang purse.
And she like, listen, I would buy her one and what I'm wanting is this whatever. But she was like.
You wanted tears.
I wanted tears. I didn't get those tears. You know what I got the tears for? I washed the dishes.
Yes.
I turned on a heating pad.
Yes.
And it took me 15 years to realize how to love you, how to nourish, how to cultivate that ground. So those types of things are very, very important. If you don't know that, man, it's a whole lot of collateral.
You have to take the time.
Damage.
You have to take the time to figure out each other's love language.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you're burning good energy that you could be putting in another direction and actually seeing some.
Hey, what's my love language?
Yours is physical touch.
Physical touch. Let me tell you, you ain't got to ask about that. I'm gonna tell you, it's physical touch. I don't need words of affirmation. Gary Clark, that's the guy that wrote the book, amazing book. But I don't need words of affirmation. I don't need
Gary Chapman.
Gary Clark is a musician. I'm sorry, he's a singer. Gary Chapman. I don't need words of affirmation. I don't need gifts. You don't have to buy me anything. I don't need acts of service.
Acts of service, right?
I need
physical touch.
Physical touch. If you give me that physical touch, I give you the world. Oh man, dude. No. Okay. So.
Oh, let me tell you a problem I have. Okay, because the questions coming in. I'm gonna tell you a quick.
Bring in your questions, guys.
Yeah, please send them. But just a quick problem I have with people with like
Nina.
People
yes,
who
do the dishes.
People who are willing to date married people. Now I know that's a can of worms that I'm opening.
No, let's open it. It's alive, so we don't. This is okay.
Which is so scary.
Yeah, go ahead.
How dare you? Oh, wait a minute. That's probably not the best way to start that.
Yeah,
that's kind of rough.
Let's rework that one.
Let me tell you what you probably shouldn't do. That's kind of rough too.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be able to get easy with it. Go ahead.
No. How dare? No, let's go back there. How dare you try to approach my husband, not that anybody has, but the man that I have watered, and he's watered me, and sown, and he's sown to me, and nurtured, and he's nurtured me, right? I guess you would want a good man that we have grown in love, which also helped us to mature as man and wife and as a mother and as a father. I guess you would. But I put all the work in. He has put all the work into this relationship. I'm going to leave that alone.
No. I think this is good. I think it's good because...
No, get your own and water your own grass.
But it's easier. It's easier.
Hey,
and we live in a microwave mentality society where we want things quick. We want it ready made. I want to be able to put it in the microwave and I want to press 30 seconds and it's done.
Marriage isn't like that. Your relationship
marriage is like a red velvet cake. If you ever try to make a red velvet cake, it's like a science project. It is exact, precise measurements. It takes time.
And I still failed.
Yeah. And so it's easy. I think it's easy to look at you and see the woman that I helped create over 17 years.
And the wife that you helped create.
But people do it and it happens.
Yeah.
But that's why. You know, what you are seeing is when she married me, she married potential.
Yes.
Okay?
Same here.
What we do in a relationship is we work the potential until it becomes something. See, you can't just be infatuated with potential. This is where a lot of us miss it. Now, potential is it's attractive, and I want it in the beginning. But if that potential doesn't grow into something, like if you got the potential and all you're talking about is I got businesses and I got plans and I got goals, but I'm 3 years in, none of those plans, none of those goals, none of those things have been achieved.
There's no fruit on that vine.
There's no fruit on that vine. Then you are potential. So when we married potential. Now we worked the ground. We worked the relationship. There was times that she wanted to walk out. There were times that I wanted to walk out. We had to say, you know what? Love is not a feeling, not to me. It's a decision.
Yeah.
Let us commit to this process so that we can grow in love, not fall in love. If we were waiting to fall in love, guys, and this is us. I know couples that say we fell in love at first sight. I say, man, that's amazing. That's not our story. I looked up and I saw she was pretty.
What did you say?
And when we had a conversation and I'm like, yo, she's intelligent. We learned that we were compatible in a lot of ways, but there was a lot that I did not know. So when you step into a relationship, let me tell you, it is going to always be a risk. For those of y'all that are looking at us that want this to be like, especially the control freaks, that you want to know every aspect of it and you want to have it all figured out.
That was me.
That is not how a relationship works. It will always be a risk. How do I know if the person that I am saying I want to be in a relationship with you, if it's going to pan out? You don't know. Sorry.
How do you know when to cut your losses though? Ooh.
Well, here's why. When it causes me to accept the lesser version of what I know I was born to be,
and be with,
I'm never going to sell myself short to be with anyone. That is not the purpose of a relationship. The Bible says iron sharpens iron.
Yes, it does.
If I'm in a relationship with you and I am dull, you see this right here? Give me some scissors.
Nope. Don't give him scissors.
Give him scissors. Honestly, I have to be with somebody that's sharpening me, whether it's spiritually, whether it's emotionally, mentally, yes, physically, in so many areas. I need to be with somebody that
will challenge
that's challenging me, because I'm gonna tell you, it doesn't work. It doesn't work if you're not. You can say you love them, you can love the idea of them, but eventually, we as humans, we want to be put in environments that causes us to grow.
Yeah, rise to the occasion.
Rise to the occasion. So is this helping anybody? If it is, let us know that it's helping you. If it's not, just lie to us.
That's good, Chris.
Marcus, what up, Anderson? Showboat. All right, how do you talk to your partner about...
No, your parents.
Oh, your parents about... Okay, so we have an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
All right. How do you talk to your parents about girlfriends? Wow.
I'm 18, yeah.
I'm 18.
Go ahead. I didn't have to do that.
Yeah. So I literally say it's my mom and dad got together and had you. It is a natural thing, and I think it should be a natural conversation. Whether it is,
I'm not ready for that conversation.
No, I am, because Jaden is 15, and you know he's got a little girl that he's keen on. Mommy don't want to hear about it, but anyway.
We don't need to talk about that.
I understand, like, okay, I need to be able to have these conversations. So I can't give you my perspective because I'm a dad. You're asking from an 18-year-old. It literally boils down to this.
How would we want Jaden to come to us when the time comes to
Dad, you have always talked to me about having an open relationship and involving you in decisions in my life. I feel uncomfortable doing this, but I need to talk to you about something that I feel like is very, very important to me. Here is the young lady that I like. Now I can hide this from you and talk to my boys about it.
Don't do that.
Or I can come to you and I can get it from the person that I know really has my best interest at heart.
Yeah.
I think when the moment you come at your parents like that, it can kind of disarm them. I can't guarantee that, but people will always support what they co-create. What do I mean? You invite them into that process. Dad, I don't want to shield this from you. I don't want to hide this from you. I want to be able to bring this to you and have a discussion about it. Mom, this is the girl, and I don't know if she's the right one, but I don't want to keep this from you. I want to invite you into this process.
And so this is going to be my response when Jaden does come and says that to you or I. It's going to be, listen, just be friends. Number one, because I'm not ready for more, but I say that with a pure heart because the relationship that we had came out of friendship.
Yeah.
And that doesn't always happen, for people, but for us, it came out of friendship and then it developed into something greater. So I feel like I would say to him, man, like, is she your best friend? How do you feel about her? And I would just say to him, keep cultivating friendship. Because if love is supposed to bloom out of that friendship,
you're 18. Love ain't.
It will.
You're 18. You just.
Guys, I'm not ready for this conversation. I'm telling you now.
Got another question. It's a married question that just came in. Again, if you're single, we want to talk to you about whatever it is that you want to talk about. Married people always say marriage is hard work, but nobody ever tells you how or why. Okay.
Because you are literally meshing your life with a whole nother person's life. And with that comes ridiculous challenges.
Can I see that bag of crackers? You can just hand me that
Why?
bag. Because
that's for my dinner tonight.
Yeah. All right. Here's what marriage is. This might be a very, very dumb. Here's you. It can be a relationship. Here's the other person. Here's what it takes.
Do not make a mess of my floor right now.
As long as you I got my way, I got my ideals, and I look good, and this is the way I think the world should be, and I'm good. And here I am, I got my way, I got my ideals, and this is the way I think the world should be. We're good. But guess what? We're still separate. All right? Marriage or real relationship.
Don't smash it.
You know what this is?
I knew he was going to do that.
You know what this is?
Crap.
You see how messy that is?
Super messy.
Somebody had to be willing to be broken.
Like messes.
Somebody had to be willing to be broken as it pertains to their ideals.
Your pride.
Their pride. You don't get.
You having it your way.
Yeah, you don't get to now. If I could show you this, I can't. But you can't tell right now where the other cracker is, and they're not separate anymore. They're together. You know what? It literally cost. It cost each cracker so much. It's called compromise. It is called I am willing to let go of, and I think it's done in phases and in stages. I am not one that say give everything over immediately. No, I will always say this because we're believers. She has my heart, but there's a part of my heart that is for God and for God alone.
Yeah.
And I don't want people to really miss that. Like, she has my heart, but there's a part that she cannot feel. There's a void that she cannot feel that only God can. When it pertains to these types of relationships, and the reason why it's so hard, it is because I have to be willing to give the aspects of my heart in phases and say, all right, here you go. Can I trust you with it? Can I trust you with, okay, I'm willing to let go of this ideal that I had. I grew up in a home, and I said this, what my dad said, it was law. I tried that the first year in our marriage, and we almost killed each other.
Y'all know, that didn't work.
Yeah, don't be dumb.
I didn't say all
well,
that.
I mean, she had her things.
I didn't even use my hands.
Yeah, but she had her ways that she thought would work in our marriage, and it didn't.
No, it's just the
hard work was, you know how hard it is to let go of what you think is the right way of doing things? That ain't easy.
Yeah, or your point of reference.
That ain't easy.
Yeah.
That is not easy, and that's the hard work. Compromise. Compromise is not
I hate
settling.
that word.
Compromise is not settling. It is not. It is a meeting in the middle. Settling is settling involves one person lowering their standards.
Yeah.
Compromise is both of us are coming to the table with skin in the game saying, here's what I'm willing to let go, but I'm going to need you to let go of something too. That's the difference between settling and compromising. I believe that every healthy relationship will always involve a compromise. It will involve a sacrifice. You got to be willing to do that.
Yeah.
That's the hard work. That's the messiness. And it ain't easy. It will never be easy. It's not something that, because you're 17 years in, you got it. No. It's a constant daily
choosing.
This is hard.
Make a decision.
This is hard.
Yes.
But the thing that makes it a little easier is when you are involved with somebody that you know that the investment is worth it.
You too, though. You've always been worth it.
Sometimes I'm not.
Most of the time, people, most of the time. Okay, we're wrapping up, guys. Thanks for being a part of tonight. Usually you're the one that raps.
Yeah.
I'm not the one that raps.
You
but
can rap.
I got a rap and anointing tonight.
Can you rap? Like a bust of rhyme?
You didn't marry that girl. You didn't marry that one.
You don't have Tim's and your hair shaved in the back.
That's so rude. Don't say that. I hope.
Hey, we got so many things we're gonna talk about.
God, nobody heard you say that.
We're gonna talk about
Never mind. That's for another time in another place.
Yeah.
But we appreciate you guys for joining in. Hey, Brandon, it's good to see your face from distance.
Hey, Brandon.
But thanks for stopping by and just being with us for a few moments tonight. We enjoyed our having this time with you.
Kitchen
conversation. And now it's time to eat soup.
Gotta eat, guys. Again, we are striving to be better. Nobody is. We are all a work in progress. So thank you guys for spending time with us. We love you. Peace.
Bye, guys.
I don't know how to end it.
Hey, guys, if you're still there, it's because Chris doesn't know how to end this.
I'm not like IG. I don't know how to end this joke.
Hey, Summer.
Summer!